Batman fact for you. Do you know that Batman was ranked the 10th greatest superhero of all time? Do you know he was also ranked number 9 through 1? You know why? Because he's the Batman, and he's that good. Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing kind of updates news blog. What I'm going to do is, not every week, but whenever I get a chance, I'm going to do kind of a video to give you guys my opinions on certain stuff that's happening in the geek world today, whether it's video game, comic books, movies, television. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to give you basically my opinions on what's happening. And I'll also use this as a way to kind of give you guys updates on what I'm going to be doing my reviews. Like I said, I'm not going to do this every week, but I am going to try to do this whenever I get a chance to. So today we're going to talk about kind of 4 subjects. The first one is actually going to be split into 2 parts. That's why I say kind of 4. It will be talking about Batman's new costume and the concept of there being 2 Batmans. Then we're also going to do some Tron. I'm going to talk a little bit about my opinions on the Tron movie coming out, and then we're going to also do some Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, my opinions on it thus far, and if they have changed since my opinions were originally. And we're not necessarily going to do that in that order, but hey, let's do it in that order. Let's start things off with Batman news. Bruce Wayne is returning relatively soon. I believe either October or November is when the Return of Bruce Wayne story arc ends, and we get Bruce back as Batman. Well, kind of. There's going to be 2 Batmans. In addition to that, Bruce is going to get a new suit. So let's talk about the new suit first. I actually have a picture of the new suit right here. You can basically find these anywhere. I might post some links to help you guys out. But Bruce is getting a brand new suit on his return. And basically the suit looks like a big mishmash of all his different other suits. Now a lot of people are getting very concerned, an uproar with Bruce's new suit. Which is kind of funny because I figured they get more of an uproar with Wonder Woman's new suit, because this suit is not that much different from any other Batman suit there has been. Basically the suit is kind of a dark gray, almost black on the body, with black gloves, the black cowl and cape, the yellow oval returns with the bat symbol, and a yellow belt with pouches. I haven't really seen many pictures with the boots, but the boots I think are black too. And the whole concept is the suit is going to be more or less black. At first I was a little hesitant of the suit, but really I'm actually kind of digging it. It looks badass. It kind of brings Batman and modernizes his suit a bit, updates it. The great thing about Batman in the suit is that no matter how much you change it, it still looks recognizably Batman. If you look at the original Batman suit, to the Batman suit that you have in the Silver Age, to the Batman suit that you have in the Bronze Age, to the modern continuity, to the Batman suit now, you see that there's very few changes. The only changes that really happen are the color of the cape, gloves, underwear, and boots, whether it's being black or blue, the belt being either with pouches or not pouches, or the bat symbol being an oval or being just a plain black symbol. There was a time during the 90s, basically 1994 to around 1999, around when No Man Land ended, that Bruce had a totally black suit with a yellow bat symbol. That's probably the closest suit that resembles this one, but really, there's not much change in the Batman suits, and I want to say this is kind of the update that Batman needs, but this is also the update that Wonder Woman should have had in her costume, rather than having something totally different. Now, I'm not going to jump on a Wonder Woman topic, but basically my opinions on the Wonder Woman costume, the new one, is that it's not a bad costume, it's just not Wonder Woman. It doesn't feel Wonder Woman. It may have a few Wonder Woman aspects to it, but it doesn't feel Wonder Woman. This is a new Batman costume, and it feels Batman. And I'm personally enjoying it. I've never been a fan of the yellow oval, but it actually looks pretty badass here, so Batman costume I like. Moving on, next topic would be 2 Batmans. When Bruce Wayne returns, he is not going to be the only Batman. Dick Grayson is staying to the Batman title. Basically, Dick Grayson is going to have Batman and Robin, Detective, and the Batman comics, while Bruce is going to have, I think, Dark Knight and Batman Inc. And Dick is also going to have the position on the JLA, Justice League of America. So basically, what are my opinions on this? I'm a little torn because there's some good to this and there's some bad to this. So let's start off with the good. Good is that, well, this gives us diversity in Batman stories. We can do more traditional Batman stories, or we can do newer Batman stories with Dick Grayson. And we can take Batman in a different direction because we have someone underneath the cowl. And it'd probably be more accessible because we would still have Bruce around. In addition to that, Bruce can kind of do his own stories without having to stick to the status quo that is Batman. That can be filled with Dick Grayson. So we get kind of brand new stories and different kind of stories, which is good. Another good thing would be is that this is in no way demoting Dick Grayson. A lot of people feared that when Bruce would come back, a few things would happen to Dick. One is that he would die, which DC has been trying for a while to do, but fans won't allow it. Two is that he gets demoted to Nightwing again, which really wouldn't affect me that much, but if you actually think about it, you go from being the Batman to being Nightwing. It is kind of a demotion. Or three, just Dick Grayson disappearing in general, retiring or something. In this way, we get to keep Dick Grayson as a kind of almost an A-list hero, while also having Bruce around. It kind of works out, and it saves Dick Grayson any humiliation that might come from it. In addition to that, this could also serve as a way to maybe build up the fact that there is a possibility of having a Batman without being Bruce Wayne. I mean, it must be a lot easier to accept Dick Grayson as Batman if Bruce is also Batman. So that's kind of cool, too. Bad. Well, one bad is that, in reality, and again, this is going to be contradicting to what I just said, there's only really one Batman, and that's Bruce. Two, I think Dick's stories are actually going to suffer because once you get Bruce back, people are going to want to read his stories more than they're going to want to read Dick. Next thing is what are you going to do when Dick is no longer wanted as Batman by the fans and you're going to have to remove him? Will you kill him, or will you demote him being Nightwing? Or will you retire him? And the next thing is what reading order do I read the comics in? To be honest, a lot of people like me put their trades in chronological order. But with Dick and Bruce both being Batman, that's going to be confusing as hell. I might have to separate it with Bruce Batman stories and Dick Batman stories. So those are the bads. On the whole, I'll see how it goes. I don't think it'll last, but I'll see how it goes. And, you know, for all we know, it could work out for the best because Dick has been a good Batman. A lot of people have been liking the Dick Grayson story. And maybe this can give him a chance to kind of make Batman his own thing. We'll see. So that is my opinions on two Batmans. I'm torn between it. Moving on, we're going to talk a little about Tron. Now, when I first saw the Tron Legacy trailers, I got excited, and I don't know why, because I never saw the first movie at that point. My friend then introduced me to the first Tron movie, and I watched it. And my opinions on the first Tron movie was it was good. It was really fun. Okay, yes, the graphics are really cheesy, and trust me, they are really cheesy and dated. But to be honest, those were the graphics of the time. Tron was a good movie that took itself seriously, and it never actually winked at the TV. It actually took itself seriously. And in saying that, you know, I'm really excited for the next Tron movie because I liked the first Tron movie so much, and then you spruce it up and you make it look good in this new Tron movie, Tron Legacy. And a lot of people have been kind of complaining, well, the graphics are completely different between each other, but if you think about it, computers in the 80s get upgraded to the computers now, so obviously the graphics of the 80s get updated to the graphics now. So I can kind of believe the change in the graphics from the computer world to the new computer world. I've been reading a little bit about the story, about Clue 2 being one of the antagonists, the son going to the world to save his father, all this jazz. Tron is going to be brought back, so the story seems kind of interesting. I really am more hooked on the graphics and the flashiness of this than the story itself, which is kind of sad because usually I go for story more than I go for the other stuff. But I am excited for Tron Legacy. For those of you guys that don't know, I like Tron, and I do like the new movie that's coming out. I'm not a person that would dress up in a Tron suit, but I do think the first movie was good, and I'm looking forward to this movie. It's probably my most anticipated movie of this coming year, or at least this coming fiscal year, or whatever. So, Tron, I'm excited about. I'm just not trying to get my hopes up, because what I find lately is I get my hopes up about something, and then I get knocked down. The next thing is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, when I first saw the E3 trailer, I was kind of impartial about it, because really I didn't get to see much that would really stand out. Since then, we've learned that Skyward Sword is indeed before Ocarina of Time in the timeline. We also learn a lot about the Skyloft, a lot about the Master Sword. We learn about exactly the dungeon-to-dungeon stuff. We learn a lot about the gameplay. Recently, I've been watching a lot of gameplay trailers, and a lot of people actually playing the game. And I must honestly admit, it looks really good. I'm kind of getting excited for this. I've said it before and I've said it again, Ocarina of Time has been my favorite game of all time and my favorite Zelda game of all time. And whenever a new Zelda game comes out, people always say, well, you're only saying Ocarina of Time is better because it's your favorite game. No, I'm saying Ocarina of Time is better because it's a better game. But I also say is that I'm always looking for a game to be better than Ocarina of Time. I've been waiting for the longest time for a game to blow Ocarina of Time out of the way and become a better Zelda game. In theory, games should only improve upon themselves rather than try to be like its predecessor. And I think Skyward Sword has the best shot of doing this in comparison to previous games like Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. Because Skyward Sword is so different in gameplay when it comes down to the Wii controls that I think it could actually pull off being better than Ocarina of Time. Now, I'm not saying it's going to, and I'm not saying it's not going to. I'm just saying, from what I've seen from this game in the early goings compared to all the other games, I think this has the best chance. I am getting excited about it. I do want to play this game. I do want to really play this game bad. The only reservation and thing that I feel a little iffy about is that Miyamoto said that he's going to focus more on the gameplay than the story. Zelda has really been a franchise that has been pushed by story. Whether that story has been used a million times over and tweaked up a little, or if it's a story that's in-depth and original. Zelda has always been a game that's based off story. It's kind of funny because Link has never talked. So you have the main character that really never talks. Or that we don't see him talk. So with that said, I have a little reservations towards the story. I'm not getting my hopes up again. But Skyward Sword quite possibly could have the chance to blow Ocarina of Time out of the way. Like I said, Ocarina of Time is my favorite Zelda game, and quite possibly my favorite game of all time. But if Skyward Sword could beat it, then I will welcome it, as I would any other Zelda game, because any improvement off the best is something that is amazing. So, that is my opinions on Skyward Sword right now. They're improving, my opinions are improving, but I am still not getting my hopes up. Kind of like with Tron Legacy, I'm not getting my hopes up. Updates for you guys. I am going to be posting up a Superman Brainiac review relatively soon. I was going to post it up on Monday, but because of work, I couldn't fully upload it. So I'm going to post that up either tomorrow or Sunday. I'm also going to finish my Outsider reviews. I'm going to finish up my Superman Batman reviews, and then we're going to jump into Superman World of New Krypton, or Superman New Krypton, because I just finished all 4 volumes of that. And I'm also going to dip into a little bit more of the World of New Krypton with the Supergirl stuff, Friends and Fugitives, and Life and Death, I think it is. So we're going to do some more of that stuff, too. So there are some more comic book reviews coming up. And also, one thing I want to ask you guys real quickly before you go. I've been talking to some of my friends, and they think that they might want to do this. Who would win in a fight? Basically, we were talking one day, and we just threw out a bunch of stuff on who would win in a fight. So if you want to, comment below and put down a question on who you would want in a fight. Or who do you want to see our opinions on who would win in a fight. For example, Andrew, who would win in a fight? Worf or Tyrannosazi from Andromeda? Or Xena Warrior Princess or Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Or Batman or Captain America? or Goku or Superman or anything like that. Post a who would win in a fight for a fictional character, and we will use it for our video that we will do sometime in the future, because we were getting some pretty interesting results with that. So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys enjoyed this little news thing, I will do it more often, but I won't do it all the time, because I want to stick to primarily reviews, but this is a way of kind of giving my opinions without actually having to do like 90 videos giving my opinions on just one subject. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here, or this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.